Welcome back to another episode of The Big Shot, where we celebrate the best action of the European Cricket Network, and today we're looking back at the first week of the European Cricket Series in Landskrona, Sweden, which was full of epic action and some very special moments. Here is a selection of some of our favourites. Enjoy!
And then, well, we saw some hitting, power hitting. Not only was it from, well, two batters just went ballistic, but it was all about one man. Well, Sami, well, Ibrahim kill. Well, he was there for the kill. He was hitting everything big. He was hitting everything to the boundary. And it's got to be said, it's been a while since we've seen clean hitting like this.
Oh, it was beautiful striking, Rico. It just looked so well balanced, and some of the balls were gimme hits. Some of the balls he's just taken decent deliveries and absolutely punished them to the boundary. It was great to watch, and we had an amazing vantage up here in the commentary box. But even when the bowlers did manage to beat him, somehow it's escaped the clutches of the wicket keeper and the the third man fieldsman has managed to go
of the inning. So it was a fantastic comeback this from the Helsingborg Stars.
Yeah, they got to be ecstatic with that, the Helsingborg Stars. It was a particularly productive first 3 overs for the Royals in the power play. Natarajan, we talked about his quality in the game preview, and he certainly showed it, managing to find the boundary with ease. And the range of shots all around the wicket and the maximums, they were flying freely early on, and also some more traditional shots along the ground, managing to reach the boundary. So it looked very positive, but then the first wicket, Natarajan taken out by Prabu, just finding the crack between bat and pad.
I knew you wouldn't resist that one, but yeah, and he likes his celebration there. But while he was out there, so the boundary's dried up. Oh, there's another wicket, and this time Prabu says, "All right, Andrew, I'm not doing it again for you. I'm gonna save my blushes this time." Andrew just composing himself. I think he's going to be okay in a minute. But this one was right there at the end. He thought maybe he's going to get the run out, and the umpire shakes his head and says, you've kicked the base of the stump. But it's been, well, he thought he got out and had won them the game already. It wasn't to be. It's the Royals that do it, as we have a look at these highlights.
Yeah, great start with the ball, and Nantu, he bowled an excellent over to get us kicked off. Some beautiful outswingers. He bowled the first and third over. It was an absolute handful. Looks like he's going to be, particularly in the first 5, they really struggled to get moving. Bharat Conker, skippering the side today, delivered for himself as captain with a couple of great Yorkers. His first.
Didn't bat and play smartly towards the end. The last 10 balls, they just needed to plan what they were trying to execute better. And Shetty, nothing went right for him, wasn't able to get any runs on the board. I could be very much the same as we leave you with these highlights.
Yeah, it should be a really entertaining chase this. The Royals losing those wickets at the top, they just could not get their innings accelerated. Ganesh, he bowled a good couple of overs, second and fourth, a little bit of a way swing, managed to get Chandul Jar. It was very, very good for the Royals in game 1. But that brought Chano Murthy to the crease, and he's been a good batsman for the Royals over the last couple of years. Nobody could get on top of Madan Prabu, though. He ended up with figures of 4 for 5 in a superb bowling performance. The skipper mixing up his pace, getting the ball to move both ways, and he engaged the umpire for a couple of LBW shouts. Really, really good bowling. But speaking of good bowling, a man who's going to have to do plenty with the ball in the next innings, and Anthu, he came out, hit 4s early on, and he got the innings accelerated, Rico.
Yeah, he certainly did. Look, if you have a look at the way that it went, I mean, Shetty went for 10 off the first over. Then the only other over that went for double figures was that magical one, the 8th from Rohit Sapru. His first went for 9. Then he went for 24. And at that point, you thought, well, maybe they're going to get to around about the 90, the 100 mark. But it was a good finish there. Shetty bowled well. But that last over from Prabu was sensational.
Yeah, absolutely sensational stuff from the from the skipper, not the keeper all round. Prabu, excellent with the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, fine bit of cricket all round here. It's going to be another interesting match. Look, this was good from Singh, wasn't it? We saw him make that stop there, and then, well, we saw the 2 catches from him. You know, that's his area. I always say you've got to have your best fielders in the best place, and Singh, definitely Davinder Singh, that's his spot. He takes the first catch, which was a difficult one, and he had to dive forward to take it. That one was a little bit more easier, but you do have to take them. And then, well, the last two batters, they were scrambling here to try and get the two. They made the one, but a good throw from who? From Singh, of course. Well, I'm going to say it. I got to say it. Devinder Singh, or maybe he had
Started, did they, Rico?
No, only got started, and this was the problem right at the beginning. That was he played a lovely shot for 4, and then goes right around, plays all around it, gets bowled, and Nataranja had to go. He went for 4 or 4 deliveries. His other opener, Balasubramanian, he wasn't able to hang around either. He got a duck. He just couldn't get started. Nothing went their way. I think they came out, bearing in mind they played yesterday, they came out playing like they were playing the first match in this series. They just didn't look confident, and really they threw their wickets away, and Evergreen was saying, well, thank you very much, we'll take that, and they certainly did. Well, that one they didn't take. That was a bad bit of cricket, but since after that everything really was snapped up. They just looked like a good team, and the bowling there of Kiani, I like Kiani, and I think also Kadir. I think those two are going to cause teams problems all the way through the series. Well, that was the one we thought should have been called a no ball, and the very next ball, well, you know what happens. How's that? Well, he's plump, and the umpire has to give it. So maybe a little bit unfortunate, but for me the question is, how are the Royals going to respond when they're out there with the ball?
Yeah, it was certainly some nice bowling from the left-arm spinner Mohammad Kadir in the middle of that innings, and between him and the off-spinner Shahid Sawar, they've shown that they've got a nice spin attack, which will serve them well as we move through the remainder of this European Cricket Series tournament. Their fielding was also pretty sharp for the most part, and that was a helpful wicket towards the back end of the innings. Ananto Sasindran had batted well up until that point, just turned blind, and he was run out up the bowler's end. And to cap things off, the wicket keeper, Haris Idris, he was pushing Fine Leg out of the way. Fine Leg decided, I'll give you a round of applause for...
But look, these are some highlights. But don't blink, because if you blink, you might miss it, because it was all about fireworks, and it was all about some fun and games as well. This one goes for the wides, 5 of them. This was the no ball. It was all happening out there at one point. Bring me a ladder. I can't get to them.
And this is it for this week's episode. Next, we're in Stockholm, Sweden for the next leg of the European Cricket Series. Thank you very much for watching this week's episode. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and remember, you can watch live European cricket 6 days of the week only on European Cricket Network. See you next week.